that whenever COVID-19 comes to mind, we should say, I am confident in vitality and with discipline for a greater life. And so that has been my life so far.
Amazing. Wow, that's beautiful. I'm certain you are tasked to dive into the topic flexibility with focus. So over to you, Priscilla, as you take us through this wonderful topic.
Thank you very much, Dorcas. Thank you so much. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to all our listeners and those who are watching. This is the Hour of Empowerment. I welcome you to Ethereum Mission, the Center for Spiritual Empowerment. Our mission, our vision is that in which we build and grow a world in which everybody is a catalyst that is activating and promoting the innate good in one another. Can we imagine a world where I activate the good in you and you activate the good in me? It can only be a world full of peace. So I welcome you to today's program. Ethereum Mission International is located in Ghana. Its headquarters is located at Sakaman, that is on the General Ankara Highway, adjacent to the Boy Filling Station. And if you want to get in contact with us, either through phone call or WhatsApp, or you want to be part of any of our teaching platforms, or you want to donate for a worthy cause, you can do that through 0264177633 or 0548177633. Also in Ghana, we have another branch at Takrade, which is on the Dave Street in the Ananji Estate. And you can also contact us on 0561166330. 0561166330. And also in Kumasi, you can locate us at the Deba Court Hotel at Adiemra. And you can also call us on 0561166331. 0561166331. And also in the UK, we have a branch at 58 Gorange Park Avenue, Mitcham, Surrey, and the postcode is CR42DJ, and the phone number is 0208-646-6129. Thank you so much, and God bless you. So yes, I am Priscilla, and I am here to take us through today's topic entitled Flexibility with Focus. Flexibility with focus. But before I start, I would really love to know, how are we all doing? How are you doing? How's your family? How are your friends? Your working colleagues? How are we all doing in this sacred season? I choose to call this season sacred seasons. I call COVID-19 the sacred COVID-19, because I know wherever you find yourself in the world, we have all gone through some emotional, physical, some financial, some social, even some spiritual sacred COVID-19 that is happening all around the world. So I would want you to join with me and let's just sing this song together. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. Someday. This I believe, with God on our side, we shall overcome someday. This we believe, with love on our side, we shall overcome someday. So yes, 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 truly, truly, we shall overcome. We are already victorious, because as long as we find ourselves alive, as long as the economy is building itself again, as long as we still find ways of communicating with each other, no matter the distance, yes, we are overcomers, and everything is going to be just fine. So let's move on to the main reason for today. Today, we're going to be focusing on our social and our psychological lives. Here in Ethereum Mission, we believe that there are 5 areas of our life. That is our spiritual, social, psychological, physical, and financial life. But for today's teaching, we will focus on so it has to do with the relationship. It has to do with the relationship you have with yourself and other people. And when it comes to your psychological life, it has to do with your feelings and your thinking, how you operate in that. Now, it is very important for us to know that it is very okay for people to disagree with us from time to time, because unique experiences. But one thing we need to understand is that if we are not conscious about these variations that we would experience from other people, it can really put us into a state of emotional, mental, and social turmoil. And when it happens that way, we begin to lose ourselves. Because if your mind and feeling is not balanced, and your social life is also not balanced, then you as an individual, you are out of it. Becomes very comfortable for you to live the kind of life that you truly want to live. Now, it is important for us to know that in as much as, yes, we're going to be having this variety of experience, that very uncomfortable situation, there comes the essence of focus and flexibility. When I say focus, what I mean is that as a person, you should know what your social goals are, what your main vision in your social life is. And similarly, you should also know what your vision for your psychological life is. So for instance, I as a person, in my social life, my vision for my social life is that I am a supportive person. So at every point in time, I want to support myself become better, and I also want to support other people become better. Similarly, in my psychological life, I'm always in the state of I want to be happy and at peace. So I want to be happy and at peace with myself, and I want to be happy and at peace with other people. In as much as this is my goal or my vision for these specific regions of my life, I should understand that I live in a society, I live in a world filled with people that may not be able to control the circumstances in which I find myself. So yes, I have my goals, I have my aspirations, I have my desires, but I need to be very flexible so that I can reach an agreement with whoever I am dealing with, and then we can all live. When a person consciously decides to become a master of his or her life by determining what you want to cause to a person and the effects you are willing to experience. That is flexibility to me, because in whatever relationship I find myself, I should be able to say that is this for myself, and I'm also choosing to allow the other person to experience that. That is flexibility for me. And when I say focus, for me, focus means that I need to follow one course until I am successful. So it means that no matter the changing times and seasons of events and experiences I may have with people, I need to ensure that that vision that I have in my mind as a supportive spirit in my social life, and that vision that I have in my mind as a person who loves to be happy and peaceful in my psychological life, I stay focused on to that, notwithstanding whatever it is that might happen. Now, I need us to understand that whatever it is I'm teaching today is all based on my personal experiences with it during this period. And I have come to notice that whether we like it or not, as long as we keep experiencing people, there are going to be times where we truly need to be flexible, but still stay focused. And for you to be able to do this, you need to identify certain people in your life. And for today's teaching, I'm going to talk about 3 types of human beings I believe exist because I have truly experienced them. But let us look at what the scripture says in Amos chapter 3, verse 3. And I read, it says, "Can 2 walk together except they agree? Can 2 walk together except they agree?" We're living in a world where there is so much happening. And because of the diversity in experiences, in sharing of ideas and wisdom, if you do not agree with a person to a certain, never have the kind of social life you want to have with people, neither can you have the kind of psychological life you want to have with people. But for this short while, let us concentrate on our social life. We need to agree to a certain extent. So let us look at these 3 kinds of people and see how we can learn to agree with these kind of people. The first one is those that help you in difficult times. So we have a group of people that we experience in our lives, and these people are those who help us in difficult times. Now, this part sounds good because as long as the person is doing good to you, you feel comfortable, you believe that everything is fine, you are in sync with this person. But what we really do need to understand is that if we would take a moment to relive our lives from the very earliest age to this very moment, we would realize that people who have helped us are not only the people we know. There are people who we did not know from Adam. They just appeared in our lives and they did some form of good to us. They did some form of good to us. So it is also very important that in as much as life can get people into your life to do some form of good to you, and so you're in sync with them and you're enjoying their company and you're in agreement, thus you're moving forward in whatever it is you're doing, it is also very essential that you also need to be available to be the channel through which life uses to do good to another person. It is very, very important. So you are getting and you're giving. You're getting and you're giving. That is the first part. Now, the second part has to do with those that left you in difficult times. Now, that is where the challenge is. We have all experienced this to several degrees in several different aspects of our lives. We have experienced those moments when those who are very close to us, those who we believe are friends, our husbands, our wives, our companions, our anchors, They are supposed to be there for us, but they were not there. And that alone can throw you into a lot of confusion, because you begin to ask yourself, so does that mean that this person ever cared about me? Look at all of these covered things that is happening, and I feel like I have been left alone. Yes, it's true. It's not comfortable at all. It's not. But I want us to understand that when you find yourself in a difficult situation and someone decides not to be there for you in that difficult situation, do well not to panic, because it could be that the person doesn't have the experience to be in that situation with you. The person doesn't just know what to do. All the person knows how to do is to run away. And to an extent, if we would be very honest with ourselves and go back in time and really relive all of those moments that we felt we were left alone, it was actually for our highest good. Because in those moments of you being alone, you grew in wisdom, you grew in strength. Some way, somehow, you developed creative solution abilities to all of the things that were happening in your life. So actually, the person not being in your life was a good thing. I am not advocating that it is okay for us to just leave people when they're in their difficult times, but it does happen. And when anybody does that to you, actually just try and understand the person. If you want to ask the person, why did you leave me? You can ask. If you don't want to ask, just hope that the person is doing well and the person is doing okay. But it also doesn't mean that if you find yourself in the space where you can help somebody, you decide that because the person left you when you were in your difficult times, you're also going to leave the person when he or she's in her difficult times. That is not right. That is not the Christ-like life. That is not love. Now, the third group of people are those that put you into difficult times. That is so not at all. They put you into, they've gone through deep level heartbreaking situations where we have said to ourselves that never again am I going to trust anybody. Never again am I going to be friends with anybody. Never again. But you see, the thing is that, have you ever thought that it could be that in the person's mind, everything he or she was doing, he had it in good faith that everything was going to work out for you, only for the whole thing to go bad? Have you ever thought that way? So it is high time we begin to think about things from both sides, from both the negative and the positive. That this person who put me into this difficult situation, was it intentional or not? If it wasn't intentional, just go back to the person. It could be that you misbehaved, you got angry, you broke up with the person, you threw tantrums. Go back to the person and apologize. I have come to understand that when you go back to people and you apologize, you're doing yourself good, not really the other person. You're doing yourself good. You're healing yourself. You're opening greater doors for yourself. So it is very, very important that we take note of this. Now, in the event where you know for sure, and the person makes you know that he or she is intentionally putting you into this difficult situation, it calls for wisdom. I cannot sit here and tell you exactly what you should do, but you would need to sit down with yourself, relive the entire event, and make life-enhancing decisions, whatever the decision may be. Now, going through all of this, we know that at the end of the day, we are all here in life for the benefit of the other. So cosmic integration. I help you, you help me, you help me, I help you, and together we grow the world. Together we build the beautiful worlds that we want to live in. But because of these three kinds of people we experience in our lives, or sometimes we even play such roles up, we turn to become disintegrated. We begin to show more hatred, more pride, more lust, more anxiety, more worry, more of all of the negative things we can think about. And it breaks us apart. Imagine being in all of this COVID situation that is happening right now, and you are emotionally disconnected from the people around you. It can only sink you down into depression. So scripture is right in Psalm 133 verse 1 when it said, "Behold, how good and pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity." And I will add, in unity, in harmony, and in love. Yes. So irrespective of the experiences you may go through with these three different kinds of people, you need to stay anchored in what you know to be your social vision. It's very important because that will guide you on the decisions to make, and that would be the yardstick you can decide on what flexibility tangent you should go. So always keep that vision in mind. Now let's look at our psychological life. Like I said, it has to do with your thinking and your feeling. And as long as you are experiencing human beings, either through physical contact, either through phone calls, either through the social media, there is always going to be a time where you feel you are being mentally or emotionally abused by another person. And when you do feel that way, you need to go back, anchoring yourself in your vision. So for me, my psychological vision says, I want to be happy and always peaceful with myself. So when I think about happiness and being peaceful, in those moments when I find myself in a situation where people are either intentionally or unintentionally trying to scatter my emotions and my thinking, I just stay focused on my vision that says, I want to be happy and peaceful. And where I need to be flexible to accommodate people into my space, I do that. So let us look at these three scenarios that has to do with our psychological life. But before that, Ephesians chapter 4, verse 29, and I read, "Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto hearers." Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister good unto hearers. Ephesians 4:29. So you need to ask yourself, the words coming out from your mouth, are they edifying? Ask yourself this question before you go asking people questions, before you go talking, before you go speaking, because your words carry the energy to either edify the person's mind and feeling or to disrupt. So let me give you three scenarios. And in these three scenarios, I have personally experienced them. And honestly, It wasn't comfortable for me in the beginning because I was operating from a place of retaliation and revenge and confrontation. So if you come to me and you ask me certain questions I'm not comfortable about, I will retaliate. I will tell you my peace of mind without a budge. So let's just get into it. So the first one is, someone meets me and then the person says, so aren't you married yet? Are you no more than 30 years old and no children? Wow. When a person kind of asks me such a question, at first it used to really put me off. So I could give very, very, very sarcastic answers. But you see, when you begin to grow in mind, feeling, and body, and you open yourself to wisdom, you begin to understand that the person asking the question is asking how he or she knows how to ask that question the best. So I give a response like, no, I am not. And then the follow-up question is, oh, so what have you been doing with your life all of these years? Whilst your junior cousins and even your church mates and all your friends, you're married and with kids. The answer I give is, well, I'm waiting for the right time. Now, there are some people who would say, oh, just keep saying you're waiting for the right time and you grow old and you make nothing out of your life. And there are people who would also say, oh, yes, you're waiting for the right time. I do understand. But it is my prayer for you that you will find that perfect right partner that will make you happy so you can build a beautiful family together. So you see two different approaches to the same question. Now, the first approach where the person says, oh, just saying the right time, and by the time you know you're old and you've done nothing with your life. Such words are not edifying and pleasant to the hearer's ear. Such words puts a person into emotional and mental turmoil. So are we trying to say that all the other things the person is doing with his or her life amounts to nothing just because that little aspect of the person's life is incomplete? No, it's not right for us to deal with people this way. Because you never know the personal struggle the person is going through, the person you're addressing is going through. So the better approach would be the second approach. Truly, life is going to bring a perfect right partner to the person. Now, the second one is when a person meets you, and the very first thing the person wants to talk about is how you look. And from my observation with human beings, especially here in Africa, when a person hasn't seen you over a period of time and the person meets you, the very first thing I even make that comments sometimes. Oh, you've grown so lean. Oh, you've grown so big. It's not nice. It's actually not comfortable. Is there not so much goodness you can say to the person? Oh, hello, how are you doing? I can see you're looking glorious. You're looking gorgeous. How has life been treating you? Is there anything new, good you want to share with me? Something like that. But when we go hitting at the images of people, because forgive me, I have seen a lot of cartoons going around that keeps talking about how people are going to come out of this COVID-19 era. However a person comes out physically out of this COVID-19, it is your call to be like a life-giving person to whoever you decide to speak with. Do not defame the person in any way. And I speak to myself as well. I am not to defame anybody in any way. Now, the last point is when you meet someone, so we keep hearing around that people are losing their livelihoods and there's so much financial struggle happening here and there. And then someone sees you and then the person goes like, so what do you do for a living? And then, so it happened to me personally. When someone asked me, so Priscilla, now what do you do for a living? And then I said, I am a hairdresser. And the person like, really? You? Upon all the education your parents gave to you, is that the best you could do with your life? Wow. When the person said that, I took a deep breath and then I said, yes, at least my educational background gives me a competitive advantage in the markets where I find myself. So I'm good with it. Now in that moment, the person goes on to say, oh, wow, that's beautiful. I really like the effort you're putting into growing your own business. So could you give me a business card or your number or something so that whenever I need your services or I know friends who need your services, I could link them up to you? Isn't that an edifying word to the hearer? It is. But imagine if the person has said, oh, no, it doesn't suit you at all. You better stop that thing and find something else to do. That would really, really be very, very demoralizing to the person. Very, very heartbreaking. So the words that come out from our mouth, we need to know that it should edify the person. Now, how do we anchor ourselves in our social vision and our psychological vision? Because these two are the very key areas we need to be able to succeed or survive or thrive in this life, especially during these moments when it seems like everybody is so much on the edge to retaliate, on the edge to make a point. Now we should know that the magic is in the practice. The magic is in the practice. So I'm going to list a few things that I would really encourage you, because it's something that I do. All of the things I said above, I have found myself in those situations in certain parts of my life where I caused people so much pain. So consciously, I practice these things. That is why I know it works. So the first thing is I need me, I need you, I need everybody to be very open-minded. You need to be very, very open-minded. Open-minded to the extent that whether you like it or not, somebody is going to hurt you. Like, it's very normal. Whether you like it or not, someone is going to do good to you. So be open-minded enough to embrace both sides of the same coin. Embrace the good that's happening to you and embrace the very not good that is happening to you. Because what you are even describing as not good is actually, at the end of the day, going to play out for your highest good. So yeah, well, your ability to be very open-minded gives you the space to still stay focused, but to operate in flexibility, to operate with flexibility. So be very, very open-minded. The second practice would be exude your truth. When you're anchored in what you know to be your vision for your social and your psychological life, irrespective of the situation you may find yourself, you exude your truth. So if your truth is you being a supportive person, you exude your truth. You are not in a hurry to revenge. You're not in a hurry to make the other person feel bad because they made me feel bad. So I also want them to feel bad. No. Exude your truth. It is very, very important. And for us to anchor ourselves more deeply in exuding our truths, we can say this simple, powerful affirmation that says, it could be a prayer to you, it could be an affirmation, whichever you decide to say. God, please teach me to deal with the spirit of anger. So whether it is anger, whether it is fear, pain, depression, whatever the emotion is, you put it in place of anger. So God, please teach me to deal with the spirit of, you put in whatever the emotion is, whatever the thinking is. To deal with the spirit of anger immediately from a place of love. And help me not to be controlled by my desire for revenge, but rather give me the strength to operate from the place of compassion. So let me take it again. God, please teach me to deal the spirit of anger immediately from the place of love. And help me not to be controlled by my desire for revenge, but rather give me the strength to operate from the place of compassion. I hope you all got it. And then the final one would be to practice love. For you to be able to anchor yourself in who and what you are, you need to practice love. And for that, the leader founder of Ethereum Mission International, Brother Ishmael Tete, took us through a 2 weeks full packaged teaching on the practice of love. So you can just go to our Facebook page, and then you just look for those sermons and just take your time and watch them. And as you watch it, whatever revelation Spirit decides to speak through you, please allow Spirit to speak it through you. So thank you very much. Thank you so much for listening. This has been the hour of awakening. And I am Priscilla. I have been your teacher for today. I believe that we have learned and we are going to practice so that truly we can live this world in harmony, in peace, and in love. Thank you, and God bless you.
God bless you. If you just joined us, this is Power of Awakening and Empowerment. And the topic for discussion this evening is flexibility with focus. Flexibility with focus. My name, as usual, is Doki. If you are in the UK, you can pick up your phone and get us on 020-814-48180. 020-814-48180. And if you're outside of the UK, you can get us on 0044-2081-448-180. 0044-2081-448-180. And if you are in the US, you can as well get us on 00131563-64063. 00131563-64063. You can as well send your questions and contributions on our Skype at 24 Radio. Or if you are watching us live on Facebook, you can as well leave your comments there. And our sweet voice is ever ready to answer your questions. Hello, Priscilla. Hello. Can you hear me?
You, Doki.
Great. I'm sure you're ready for some questions.
Oh, yes, I am.
Great. Before then, let's acknowledge some of our viewers on Facebook. We have Gameli Kofi Bediakun, Yofi Ankra, Florence Boateng, Millicent Boyfield, Tayo Ketura Legonda. Pardon me if I'm not able to pronounce your name properly. Tayo Ketura Legonda. We have Josephine Tete and Grace Odru. Grace Odru says, that's my sis. God bless you. Sister Josephine Tete, she says, is marriage and having children the only reason for leaving? Tayo says, watching, you are an amazing soul. I love you so much. I'm certain she loves you too. Sweet voice is a loving being, so she loves you too. We have Sister Millicent Boyfield saying she appreciates you. She says, I appreciate you. We have Florence Watson saying she's watching. Yofi says, wow, you're looking beautiful. Great. So those are some of the comments from our viewers. I'm certain people are appreciating you so much. Can you answer Sister Josephine's question? Is marriage and having children the only reason for leaving?
Is marriage and having children only what?
Is that the only reason for leaving? In your opinion?
No. In my opinion, no. It is not the only reason. But we live in a world, especially here in Africa, here in Ghana, where a woman at a certain age, she not having been married and not having children is a big deal to a lot of families, such that as soon as you get to the age 25, 26, 27, they are expecting you to start telling them that you're getting married soon. And as soon as you get married, sometimes they even want you to even get pregnant before you go through the marriage rite, so that the other family can be sure that you are fertile in love. It's so much pressure, and it is taking a toll on women. Because my question is, so all of the goodness that I am doing for humanity through the work that I am doing, through the service I'm offering humanity, through the creativity, the intelligence, the love, the support, the giving, the caring that I am doing for humanity, are we saying all of those things are not valuable to me? All of those things are very valuable. If in that I do get married and I do have children, praise the Lord, hallelujah. That is beautiful. But if a woman is not able to, or a man, even at a certain age, is not able to, we should not look down on them. We should not make their lives feel like it is nothing. It is unacceptable by Spirit. Spirit did not force anybody, did not say that it is mandatory that you have to give birth or you have to get married. No, I just don't believe in that. So I think it is high time culture, our families, they need to be flexible on these things. Yes, encourage the person, but we need to be flexible on these things so that we can really enjoy the other parts of the person that the person is willing to share with life as a whole. Thank you.
Great. When I saw the message, my mind just went straight to my research. That is my research topic. That will be for another time. Great. So this is my personal question. You did mention of 3 kinds of people. One, those who help you in difficult times, others who will leave you in difficult times, and those who will even create the problem for you. And again, you also indicated some of the disheartening means or ways people ask certain questions, like, when are you getting married? I wonder why they don't ask, why are you dying, etc. I mean, they ask all kinds of questions. Some are very irritating. So, and we all know that we are just entitled to our opinion. We can just control ourselves. We cannot control what another should say to you, or how someone should point a question or create or use certain words that you will be comfortable with. So in my own way, I think we will have to anchor ourselves, or we may have to grow in it to be able to handle certain emotions and situations. For example, some will call me, "Hey, you, this girl, all you know is about school, school, school. When are you completing school?" I mean, people ask all kinds of questions. And I also ask them, you ask so many questions, when would you also stop asking questions? And we just laugh over it. Because I've realized that if you are not able to emotionally handle certain situations, you cannot handle life. You will go through a lot of challenges. Can you suggest to us some of the ways we can handle some of these pressures in order not to break down emotionally?
Thank you so much. That's a brilliant question. That is why I encourage flexibility. Yes, you do know what you want your life to be, what the vision is. You've made a plan that in 5 years, in 2 years, in 10 years, in 20 years, this and these are the things I want to be able to achieve. Now you can go around explaining yourself to everybody. You can't do that. Well, I wouldn't do that, because the vision is yours. Whatever it is you're going through to achieve that vision, it is all on you, not on the other person. So like you said, since you cannot always control what the other person will say or how the other person will say it, that's why I encourage flexibility. So in the sense that I am flexible and open-minded enough to embrace whatever it is anybody has to say. Yes, there are times that if I need to give you an answer that would make you stop harassing me with those questions, I will. So for instance, if I observe that you keep asking me that same old question that leaves me feeling emotionally disturbed, I could just call you up one day and tell you to your face that, you know something, I'm comfortable whenever you ask me that question. I'm just not comfortable with it. It makes me feel very broken. So do well not to ask me the question again. That's the first part. When I do that, and then the person insists, especially I've very close friends, I've very close family members, they think they can just say whatever it is they want to say at whatever time. Then in those moments, I would allow you to speak, say all of the things you want to say, and I just smile. I would not utter a word to you. If at a point of anger, I just need to anchor myself in the fact that I want to be happy and I want to be peaceful. Whatever it is I am supposed to do in that moment, if I need to turn the word in my ears. So you're talking, but I can only hear sweet sounds of music in my ears. That will make me feel comfortable. These people. But we know you can't always avoid them, so you can only just be flexible and embrace whatever good that comes out of it.
Certainly. My last question is that, don't you think is the interpretation of what people say that creates the emotions within us? I'm saying this because, for example, if you should meet someone with schizophrenia, I mean a mad person that we mostly say in our society, and tells you, I quote, "You are very stupid." I think you even laugh. You wouldn't interpret it, or yeah, you wouldn't care so much. You would just laugh over it. Don't you think so? That it depends on the person and our interpretation of what the person says. That creates the emotion.
Yes, yes. You are right. Our interpretation to things is that which gives us the opportunity to either feel good or to feel bad. And so it is very important for us to grow our emotional intelligence. When I say grow our emotional intelligence, what it means is that you need to outgrow these things where anybody can just relate your thinking with what they say. No. So honestly, there are times like somebody who doesn't hear a word. So you're talking, and I'm just there, and I'm just staring into your face. And then when you're done talking, and you go like, do you have anything to say? And I say, no, I don't have anything to say. And they're like, why didn't you have anything to say? And I say, because I am still thinking, and right now I don't have anything to say. So you see, you cannot control the other person. It is all you. So I can control only me. So that is why I said flexibility is I consciously deciding to experience a particular thing and to cause someone to experience a particular thing. So it's all on you. If you think feeling bad will make your life better, that's okay. If you think feeling good about whatever evil, whatever uncomfortable situation is happening around you will make you feel better, would open you to creative solutions so that you can make the next best decision, that's also perfect. But which one will you choose? Will you choose feeling bad, or will you choose feeling good? I think you choosing feeling good, so it opens you to that channel of.
Beautiful. And sometimes I also think people project who they are. Do you agree? For example, depending on their state of consciousness or mindset, they just project their frustrations.
Yes.
So don't you think that people rather need help?
Yes. That is why when I was teaching and I got to the point of those who leave you in multi and those understand it from the place of, it could be that the person didn't know better. So all the person could do was to leave you. So personally, when I see someone behaving in a certain way, I can only conclude that that is the best approach the person knows in dealing with the situation. And it also goes to me, it goes to everybody. You know, we all have, based on our limited experiences and the wisdom we've gained through all of these, and do is to insults, throw tantrums, do all of the negative things to me. It only should tell me that this person needs help. And sometimes the person needing help means I just need to keep those moments. Go back into my closet and see what kind of direction spirit gives to me to help such a person.
Great. This has been Hour of Awakening and Empowerment. The topic is very interesting. Flexibility with focus. That's the part 1. And I'm certain there will be part 2 on Tuesday. On Tuesday, is it 9th of June? I'm certain Sweet Voice will be here to take us through the part 2.
Yes, there will be.
Great. Our time is up, and so we may have to run up. But make a date with us each and every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Ghanaian time, right here on our 24 Radio. This program is brought to you by Ethereum Mission International, the Church for Spiritual Empowerment. They have several branches in Ghana and outside Ghana. Sweet Voice, please can you do us the honor by giving us the location of the branches of Ethereum Mission, and then we can draw the curtain. Okay, so this has been Hour of Awakening and Empowerment, brought to you by Ethereum Mission International, the Church for Spiritual Empowerment. We come your way every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Ghanaian time, right here on our 24 Radio. So make a date with us next week, and you will learn more. Thank you, and God bless you. Bye.
Father, Mother God, lift my vision beyond duality and seeming opposites to that sacred vision of your one and indivisible self. O God, grant me the blessed vision that sees only your divine presence in and through all of life. You are the only power without opposite. There is nothing else besides you. You encompass the earth, the solar and other starry systems and galaxies. You alone are God. To you I surrender always, and from you I draw my power. So now, my spirit rises with the spirit of life, and the sound of my voice echoes in the hearts of all men. God is all that there is. God is all that